Well, hello there, welcome to the Obi Foreign Alliance. In today's video, we'll be reacting to Black Widow's official Marvel trailer. Two trailers, the one that came out last year and the one that just recently came out a month ago, and maybe even the one that came out a week ago. See how it goes, and helping me with that is Luke.
Hey.
So you're looking forward to reacting to Black Widow?
Yeah, I haven't seen any of the trailers yet. I've been waiting for the movie to come out. It's been delayed a few times, but I actually just haven't happened to see a trailer. It hasn't came up anywhere on my news feed. It hasn't I surprisingly completely missed it. So I'm looking forward to seeing what the movie possibly might be about, because I believe it could be coming out next month.
It's been delayed so many times that...
Yeah, so possibly we're about a month away. So yeah, time to get excited about it.
Yeah, let's jump into it. I wonder where that could be. Russian voice. Some awesome combat.
Yeah, I don't really know what this movie could possibly be about, considering like we know that Black Widow's dead.
It's post-Civil War.
I guess it's not an origin story.
It's a prequel origin story. There's the red guy. Oh. Sorry, Taskmaster.
So it looks like it's a very female-orientated cast. Like obviously we've got Scarlett Johansson, but it looks like her...
Red Guardian.
Yeah, her other people that are fighting with her tend to be are also female. That actress, I've recognised her from a few things. I think maybe she's in like the Mummy movies, something like that.
Do you think this new character could take on the mantle of Black Widow?
Yeah, I guess if they've introduced her, there could be a purpose for it. I must say Black Widow's never been a favourite character of mine. Not that she ever did anything wrong, I just never really understood how she possibly is considered an Avenger.
What's your thoughts about action?
It looks like it's going to have a lot of action scenes with I feel like they'd possibly add that to try and carry the movie. The storyline may not be. Yeah, I was saying I think the storyline possibly may not.
The family.
It's the typical Marvel trailer. They add in something funny at the end. Yeah, it's probably going to be one of the only funny scenes in the movie. What do you think of that trailer so far?
Well, because it came out a year ago, and because we both didn't see it, seemed pretty good.
Yeah, it's one of those trailers that it doesn't seem to give anything away what the movie could be about. As you said, we saw a villain in Taskmaster, but beyond that, I don't really know what's happening and who's who. So I think maybe the next trailer that just got released that we're going to react to next is probably going to answer some of the questions that we have from the original trailer.
Well, it seemed like her fellow comrade was saying that they're being brainwashed. Because Black Widow is quite an interesting character. She was actually trained to infiltrate different sort of places.
Yeah.
And she was actually in an anime. She was actually kind of sort of villain. She actually didn't join S.H.I.E.L.D.
Okay.
At the start, so there's different sort of in comics and things like that. Black Widow isn't the typical good guy. She hadn't joined S.H.I.E.L.D. in the beginning. Like at the start, she was working for the Russians.
Yeah, that's why I'd like to know more about her. I think she's a character that I know very little about, and I don't kind of understand how she's an Avenger. So.
Yeah, it's set past Civil War, so it's showing her past and her background.
So in the Civil War, from memory, whose side was she on?
She was on Tony's side.
Okay, so she wasn't one of the war criminals.
But she went against Tony when she shot Black Panther and let them escape, so she changed sides.
Okay. Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
Should we have a look at the next trailer?
Looks like in Russia somewhere, or somewhere in the world, post-COVID, I guess. Ooh.
Okay, you got to look at. Okay, they showed some scenes from
Civil War and Ultron. Endgame. Oh,
Okay, this shows her death.
Them fighting over who died.
I like the look of the white suit when she wears them.
Her younger self.
Okay, that indicates a bit of an origin story.
Yeah. Oh, the Red Guardian. He's being played by the actor out of Stranger Things.
It was real to me. To me, you were everything. Bring her home. She's such a woman.
Yeah, I think it's gonna have a lot of that. Like, you look at that and you go, how she can't fly. She doesn't have any ability. Surely her chances of dying there are extremely high.
Did you like that trailer better or the other one? That seemed to give more information for the movie.
I think that one sets it up a bit better.
Yeah.
But
more excited now.
So what that set came out the 9th of July.
Yeah, next month. Sorry, 2 months time.
Yeah, so I don't know, it's hard to say which trailer was better. They both haven't given away a lot. But they are
seems to be going into her childhood and being raised by the Red Guardian and then going into spy school, because we saw in Ultron and went into her past with her being trained with other females.
So there must be a reason why they released this movie now after her death. So it has, and it's part of Phase 4, so there must be something in it that leads on to future movies, because otherwise what's the point of making it?
I would assume the title Black Widow is still around, but her friend takes over.
Yeah, that could be a thing. Or the fact they've introduced Taskmaster makes me think that there's a reason for that he might feature in future movies.
But it seemed like in that movie that human was telling him, you need to do this. So I guess Taskmaster will probably get defeated, but I don't know if he'll get killed, and then that human will probably get arrested, like maybe Zemo or something.
Okay. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing it. I will go see it at the movies. I can't say the trailers make it look amazing. I was hoping for a bit more from the trailers. I thought I was going to be really excited for the movie, but now I'm a bit up in the air, but I still will go see it.
Do you think because of COVID and how much waiting we have had to do you think that's helped the movie or hindered the movie in a way?
I think it could help it. I think people have been in anticipation for it, so they will go see it just for the sake of it. Plus, I think the 2 recent shows on Disney Plus have definitely helped, because people are going to have high expectations of this movie. It might affect the way people view the movie after seeing it. They might go, "Well, that wasn't as good as Falcon the Winter Soldier or WandaVision," but I think they'll get people physically go to the movies because they go, "Oh, geez, Falcon the Winter Soldier was good. I better go see this because it might be as good."
Are you looking forward to seeing other characters besides Black Widow? Like,
Yeah, I wouldn't mind knowing who they are. I wouldn't say excited because I don't know who they are yet.
So, do you kind of know, or if it wasn't for me saying, "Oh, the actor out of Stranger Things is playing Red Guardian," would you know?
Yeah, Red Guardian's not a name that's familiar to me, and I also haven't seen Stranger Things. So.
Well, because the reason why I know who Red Guardian is from watching the animes on Disney Plus. Red Guardian is basically Captain America, but the Soviet version.
Oh, okay.
The Russian version.
Because I did see the S.H.I.E.L.D. and I wondered why that was the case.
That's why.
Soviet version of Captain America. Interesting.
Basically.
So he has had the super soldier serum?
Don't know about that, but yeah.
Okay, that'd be nice to find out a bit more then. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool when they add new characters to the universe.
Yeah. But I don't know if with some of the characters it's just going to be a one and done sort of thing, or do you kind of get annoyed in that sort of way that they bring in characters because she's a pretty big name and the actress is a big name, and then they bring in characters that make sense because she's Russian, and then it's like we don't see the characters again?
No, I think it makes sense. I guess if he, throughout the comics or the animes, has an association with her, it would only make sense to introduce him in her movie. And he may not feature in any other future movies. I guess that's fine. Like, I think that will always happen, that you have a villain, like heroes that are commonly around other heroes, and villains that are the villain to a certain hero, and you're not going to see them again. Yeah, I'm not unhappy with that. That's fine. We may, even if they are a one and done character.
And did you think the scenery of where the locations were okay, or? Yeah,
it looked pretty. I'm assuming most of it's going to be, whether it's shot in Russia, I don't know, but I imagine it's going to be featured in Russia.
I would assume they did it post-COVID, or.
Possibly. It could have been easier to do in COVID, to be honest, because there wouldn't have been people around, so then they just get their actors to fill it, or they use CGI to add people. So, yeah, not necessarily post-COVID, because we're still in a COVID world. Possibly some of it was filmed pre-COVID, though. Yeah.
I believe there's one more clip to watch.
Yeah. Each trailer's had something different in it.
Yeah. Do you think this is what, I would assume this is like an action scene that they're showing here?
Yeah, if it's a teaser, it's just going to show a scene from the movie.
Yeah. Looks pretty cool. Who do you think that's on the bike there?
Probably just a henchman to one of the villains. I feel like this is a show that possibly could have been. It's a movie that could have possibly been a show.
Yeah. That's kind of a question that I think it's kind of worth.
My plan was to drive us away.
Well, your plan sucks.
Oop, that worked.
Yeah. Okay.
Was that a cool clip?
Yeah, it's alright. Again, it just gives us a little insight to what's happening. I guess these are things they're doing to try and
Hype the movie?
Yeah, because it's been so delayed.
Guess the question that I was going to ask is, do you think Black Widow could have worked as a TV show? Because I personally feel, because the actress is a pretty Scarlett Johansson is a pretty big name, and they want to do more female-centric movies, what I think is fine, but I think Black Widow probably could have worked as a TV show. You could have done, like, got a younger actress and, like, the first episode and kind of done it from there. Like, there's ways that you could.
Yeah, I think having seen how successful the shows have been so far, I really like the idea. I almost like shows better than movies.
I do as well.
So, yeah, I think it would have been nice for them to release it. It would have solved this whole delay issue because they kept delaying it because they wanted more people to see it at the cinemas. Because it's going to be released on Disney Plus anyway. You can pay to watch it. So maybe they should have just released it as part of the streaming service as a show, and maybe more people would have watched it. Or whether it's not filmed or structured in a way that it could have been broken into episodes, that maybe they would have had to change that. But it would have been cool. I think I really like the idea of releasing them as shows unless they're a big movie. And I wouldn't say this is going to be a big movie. This is probably going to be the least important movie of the Marvel franchise so far.
Well, I kind of see it as it's the last, like, tier of new characters, but it's showing a character that hasn't gotten her own movie yet. So all the other characters are getting their TV show. She's the only one that didn't get a TV show. She got a movie. So it's basically still kind of phase 3, but it's phase 4 because they can end it in a way that's like, oh, this is where it's heading.
I think, to be honest, the reason they're making is, one, they want Scarlett Johansson, big actress, and two, possibly just because they want to give more female leads and have more female-led movies, because
It's fine.
Yeah, I don't think there's been. I can't think of any other female lead Marvel movies.
Just Captain Marvel.
Yeah, well, I guess there's a good example, and there was one. So I think maybe they feel the need to add the other. Like that's what I'm like. I'm not saying it's a bad thing or a good thing. They've possibly done it to try and be more diverse. I think because they've seen Wonder Woman, she's had 2 movies now, so I think that's just their way of trying to even it out. Because to be honest, I don't think Black Widow's a significant enough character to deserve her own movie.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Yeah, but
she's more interesting though.
The fact that she's a female, and I think they've made it so that there can be more equality. But as a character, I don't think it's strong enough. It's like the same reason why Falcon or Bucky didn't get a movie; they got a show because they're not strong enough or important enough to the franchise to need it. So yeah.
Her backstory is more interesting, but you could argue, do we need to see it? But it's kind of like, well,
I think I would have liked to have seen a backstory TV show, and it still is a possibility, depending how this movie goes, where it isn't Scarlett Johansson, as you said, a younger actress, and maybe see her life growing up, and maybe her first mission as a spy or something, as a TV series, like 6 episodes, and that way you get to understand Black Widow a bit better. I guess it could. I can't see why it couldn't be. You wouldn't want it to be ongoing series, because I think once a show goes ongoing series, it's not as good. But I think a one-off series with 6 episodes, I think you could have made a really strong backstory for her.
Well, I guess the release date is July 9th, so we got until then to look forward to, but we got Loki to fill the gap. So
plenty of good content to watch in the meantime, so we'll wait and see.
Well, thanks for helping with the reaction. Hope you guys hope everyone enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Let the force be with you. Bye bye.